I need thee. Oh, I need thee. Every hour I need thee. Oh, oh, bless me right now, my wonderful Savior. I come to thee.
What's good, man? What's up? Deacon Classic, Brother Soul, we back again, man. We back.
Good morning.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Grand Rising Saints, come on in. Fill up the pews, fill up the rows, all are welcome. Yes, come as you are. Yep, 777 and 333s all day, man. How you feeling, Brother Souls? Hey, thank you for holding us down last week, man. I appreciate
you. Always, man. Always. I know you'll do the same. So always.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing well, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we talked about it. I know. Hey, God is good.
Yes, he is.
Yep. Been receiving some good covering myself, man. So I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain. Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited for this one though. This gonna be this one that we need to talk about. You know, it kind of ties in with our normal programming a little bit, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this episode for sure.
Yes, sir. So as y'all can see by the thumbnail this morning, we're gonna actually be talking about 3 faces of biblical betrayal. It's gonna tie into a lot of the worldly things that we currently are experiencing. Some of the topics that me and Deacon Classic already talk about on our other channels. So it's going to be an easy little blend into that. Hopefully everyone gets something out of this today. Everybody come on in. Make sure you hit that 333, that 777. Make sure you also hit that like button. It's free. Make sure you share this with a friend. This is going to be some vital word today, man. Some vital word. We're going to get you guys going before that football starts for everybody. And Deacon Classic, if you're ready, man, I got the quick prayer. And we're going to go into praise and worship.
Yep.
All right, everybody bow their heads. Today, God, we're going to be talking about betrayal. We're going to be using 3 strong men that went through betrayal. Lord, we have seen Samson, David, and Judas, how betrayal comes through lust, greed, and selfishness. Protect our hearts from these traps. Give us integrity, faithfulness, and the courage to honor you and one another. May your work reflect trust and loyalty. In Jesus' name, amen.
Joe Jett in the building. What's going on, Joe? See the chat filing in.
Yes.
Yep, we know they coming. But yeah, what we got for do we got praise and worship today?
Yeah, we ready. We got Toby Nguagwe came all the way over from Texas.
Okay. Okay. I like Toby. Let's get it. Yeah, you muted.
That's Toby Nguagwe for you guys. I thought it would be a great lyrics, great song. A lot of his music is Christian based. A lot of people don't know that. He does speak a lot of biblical word. We had Chance the Rapper there as well. Like I said today, yes, sir. Today is actually about giving y'all some quality word today. I'm not worried about being copyrighted on my page or any of that. I want you guys to understand that these topics that we speak about in the secular world has already been seen in the biblical world. So that's what me and Deacon Classic are here to talk to you guys about today, because I think a lot of us, if we knew these things early in life, we would have did things a little bit different. Deacon Classic, if you're ready, we're going to be starting off actually with the story of Samson and Delilah. And we have a real life Samson and Delilah going on right now in the world. Some people might know him as Steph Curry. and his wife Aisha Curry. So we're going to be using a quick clip from her, and then me and Deacon Classic gonna give you guys some dialogue on how we feel about that biblical story and what are some things that we're currently seeing in today's world. So let's see here. Let me bring that up to the stage. There we go. So.
How did being in the spotlight impact your relationship in the early days? Because you guys didn't know how to handle it.
It's a double-edged sword because parts of it have afforded me doors to be open. I obviously have to walk through them and then put in the work to stay in the room. But that, I think, would be the elephant in the room, is like, I'm grateful for that side of things. But on the flip side, I in the beginning hated it so much. I did not sign up for that.
How?
So you want me to play it one more time for him, Deacon Classic?
Sure, you can play it again. It was short.
Did being in the spotlight impact your relationship in the early days? Because you guys didn't know how to handle it.
It's a double-edged sword because parts of it have afforded me doors to be open. I obviously have to walk through them and then put in the work to stay in the room. But that, I think, would be the elephant in the room, is like, I'm grateful for that side of things. But on the flip side, I in the beginning hated it so much. I did not sign up for that.
How?
So as you all can see there, that's Aisha Curry, Stephen Curry's wife, speaking about a double-edged sword. And I thought it was very appealing, because a lot of times when we hear about Samson and Delilah, you hear a lot of people only talk about he laid his head down, he got tired, she cut his hair, he lost his strength. But we forget that in that story, she was actually offered money. She was given money to go find the secrets to his strength. And it's very interesting to me that in the world today, I kind of correlate the two. She was given money to go find his strengths. And I think that's what a lot of women are doing to good men today, especially men who are providers. People like Stephen Curry, right? Who has provided for not only himself, but his family. And she got the silver now. And now she's destroying him from a strength standpoint. So I would love to hear what Deacon Classic has. I know he started speaking about this last night. So I'm going to leave the floor to you, man. I just thought it would be a great opening for our betrayal segment today.
So there's different ways to approach this conversation, right? So we can speak about it from both sides. So last night, the side I was speaking on was men needing to recognize the true power of the nature of the woman and their influence and manipulation over even the strongest of us, which is what made me reference Samson, because Samson was really the first, honestly, in my opinion, the first thug in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really was thugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was an issue, he just handled it with the business. You know what I mean? It was just that's what it was. So Samson was a cold piece of work all through the word. And Samson was, like I discussed yesterday, he had street smarts, he had street sense. Prior to being involved with Delilah, there was a time where Samson had went to a brothel to, deal with the to have him a little relief, and there were men in the city who knew that Samson was there, and they tried to get the woman to set him up. They were going to catch him in the morning. And it says in the word that Samson left in the middle of the night. So this lets us know that Samson was savvy. He understood, he was aware of his surroundings. He knew how things worked, right? And but when he was weak for Delilah didn't just see. That's the thing. When they give you these abbreviations of the story, and pardon me if I'm a bit long-winded, but if when they give you the abbreviation of these stories, he laid down and he was tired and she cut his hair. Well, no. He lied to her about how to take his strength multiple times before he told her the truth. And each time she unsuccessfully set him up. So with his street knowledge that we know he has, and she unsuccessfully lined him up due to the misinformation he gave her, he had to be well aware that he was dealing with a snake. But for Delilah, whatever it was that she had, he didn't care. He wanted to keep dealing with Delilah. He liked it over there. You know what I'm saying? He was weak for that woman. And eventually he succumbed to her allure and to her seduction, and he told her the truth. And like all the other times, she took the information and used it. And she cut his hair. He actually was weakened and was able to be overcome by the intruders who came into, you know how the story goes from there. So that's the one side that I discussed last night. The other side is the woman taking the money to manipulate a man that's all about her. See, Samson was a cold piece of work. His first wife, he had got into it with some folks, so he left town. He come back, found out his wife been given to somebody that he already knows. So he sent it up. He sent the whole city up. You see what I'm saying? So Samson, he already got a reputation with the women, but for Delilah, he was soft on her, and she took it and did what she did with it, all for a couple coins, right? Some shillings, some whatever, you know, some bread, some greenbacks. So today is still the same, right? We hear the rappers now rapping about they set up chicks and how they have a chick line you up, and you know, rest in peace to some of the rappers that were set up by women. Allegedly MO3, you know, rest in peace to him, allegedly set up by a woman, you know, chased down by a gentleman after leaving a woman's house early in the morning. So, you know, this ain't nothing new, y'all. So when y'all hear us talk about these things and y'all call us misogynists through the week, you know, just know this was in the word. This go back to ancient times. And that's what I've been trying to say since I got on this platform. So thank you for giving me the floor, Brother Souls.
Always, man. That's why I wanted to definitely talk about it today. And I just think it's very unique. It's a lot of correlations here. Like I tell people, and as men, we have to continue to carry out the mission no matter what's happening to us. And those, again, who do know the end of Samson's story, he asked God one more time to give him the strength so that he could conquer and still do the job. Think about that. He lost his strength. He was set up by a woman. He lost everything that made him who he was, but he always finished the mission, no matter what happened. And that's what you're seeing in today's time. As men, we have to continue to finish the mission, no matter what we're going through, no matter if you're walking through a divorce court, no matter if your wife's sending you subliminal messages on social media like Aisha Curry is doing. It's very unique to me that men are still falling on their sword, as we would say. Like they're still falling on their sword. We're still dealing with a lot of the things that they dealt with in the biblical times. And I think Deacon Classic did a great description of everything, so we don't even have to stay on it that long. No, because I was like, man, when we talked about it last night, I was like, he right. And then she was the perfect person. I was like, man, this is happening in real time. And it's others, like he said, we probably can name 20 men. Easy.
Yeah.
Some of our greatest men right now, man, they're falling.
Yeah.
I gotta bring this up. My boy Plug, man. I went in to get cleaned up this week. No did. And then we were talking, and he said, man, what you think it is with Dion? He said, all this stuff keeps happening. I said, man, Dion got to get right with God and these women, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like he keep having surgery, all these health things keep coming up, and it's always a different woman in place. I love Dion. There's no shade to Dion, but I always tell people sometimes in life, some of the things that we think are good for us might be the worst thing for us, man. So I hope you guys got that from this segment, this part of the show today. Just this service is just be careful, man.
Yeah,
be careful. Know your temptations. Know the things that affect you. We're going to be talking a little bit more about temptation in just a second, but just know the things that tempt you, and know what your mission is. Make sure your mission is complete. Don't let somebody stop you or hinder you. And it's kind of sad that Samson had to use betrayal just to not be betrayed. And then when the moment he finally stopped betraying her, she took it off.
You see how I go? Let's do these chats before we go to the next one though. Let's see. Let me go back up. Miles, what's up? Miles 333. He said thug and or simp. You think Samson may have been? I don't know if Samson was a simp, Miles. I ain't gonna lie. He closer to a player than a simp. But I mean, he was just soft for that one. But I feel like that's all of us though. I feel like that certain, it might not be one, but it's a tight, like that certain energy is like you listen. If you know better, you'll do better. Stay away. A few zennies look. a few zennies. What's zennies?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Ben Smith, welcome. Ben, I don't think I seen you before. Welcome. He said, "Hey guys, do you read the chat?" Miss Perfect in the chat said, "Good morning. What's going on, South Rank?" Yes, I said yes. We read our chats. He said the guy on the right looks like someone off Jerry Springer. I don't know which one of us is on their right. Yeah. Correct. Move forward or perish. Mal said correct. Move forward or perish. Yep. But let's get into the next one. David and Bathsheba. Was that the next one?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we talked about temptation, and this is a great story to actually go into. We're going to be talking about David and Bathsheba. We're going to let this young man cook real quick, and then me and Deacon Classic are going to take it from there. We'll play it twice just because it's short, so everybody can hear what he's saying.
In the book of Samuel, it records a story about King David, who looks over his balcony and sees a woman named Bathsheba bathing. Immediately, David wanted to possess what he's seen, even though it did not belong to him. She was Uriah's wife. Uriah was his friend and someone who he went to battle with. David crossed the line and had an illicit relationship with her. This relationship wound up costing him an awful lot. She got pregnant and the baby died. David had his friend killed to cover up his mistake. And ultimately, he lost control of his life and the kingdom because of what he's done. As tempting as some people or places may be, don't cross a line that you can't come back from. Don't get romantically involved with your friends' spouses. I wouldn't even date their exes, because that path may lead you to something dangerous. In the book of Samuel, it records a story about King David, who looks over his balcony and sees a woman named Bathsheba bathing. Immediately, David wanted to possess what he's seen, even though it did not belong to him. She was Uriah's wife. Uriah was his friend and someone who he went to battle with. David crossed the line and had an illicit relationship with her. This relationship wound up costing him an awful lot. She got pregnant and the baby died. David had his friend killed to cover up his mistake. And ultimately, he lost control of his life and the kingdom because of what he's done. As tempting as some people or places may be, don't cross a line that you can't come back from. Don't get romantically involved with your friends' spouses. I wouldn't even date their exes, because that path may lead you to something dangerous.
So as you see there, this gentleman gave us a little quick breakdown of the David and Bathsheba. And what really caught my eye about this form of betrayal is because, again, the woman knew what she was doing. Let me say that again. The woman was very aware of what she was doing. I don't know too many wives that would choose to bathe with the window open, knowing that their husband is nowhere present, knowing that their husband is out fighting battles. That sounds like a little disrespect, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Others might not feel that way. So when I hear that story, it's not, and this is not all about women. So for y'all who are watching the service, this is not all about women. This is about men as well, right? Because we're learning from this as well. We talk about temptation. We talk about understanding not to, like the young man said on the video, not to touch things that are not yours. And I know Deacon Classic talks about this. This is probably a perfect example. I hate to agree with him sometimes, but might be a perfect example why he told me and Uncle Plug. Hey, I don't bring people around. You don't need to know my significant other. You don't need to know who I'm talking to. Like this, it starts to make sense when you think about it, though. It really does. It starts to make sense. Like we got on Deacon Classic about this for about 40 minutes. But then you start thinking like, man, the word does not return void. These things may be true. These things may be true. Just because we might be a monolith, maybe just because we wouldn't do it, doesn't mean that those things can't happen. So Deacon Classic, what is your thoughts on this turbulent story and how it can we can kind of correlate this into today's time? So
No, hey, listen, you just said it, brother. Hey, sometimes you hate to be right. Hey, look, it's a cold game, G. It's a cold game. I just know how it go. It's just like when I had asked the ladies on the Queen Codes. I said, if it's you and a couple of your homegirls, it's 3 or 4 of y'all, and a gentleman walks in, and all 4 of y'all think he fine. Oh, ooh, girl, you see him over there? Yeah, girl, look at him. And all 4 of y'all unanimously think he fine. And he come over there and choose one of y'all. Do you think the other 3 of them, all of a sudden, he becomes ugly? Like, no. Let's say from there, he picks one of y'all, dates her for years, and then they break up. But he done been around y'all at gatherings, functions, kickbacks, this whole thing. He hasn't become ugly to them. So then when it's over, he now has what? Hella familiarity with your friends. What naturally occurs next? What naturally occurs next? What naturally? Come on. No, the flesh is weak. The flesh, if you understand what I say last night, understand where you strong and understand where you weak. Something that you want might not be what's best for you. Run. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. It's in the word. It's scriptural. You know what I'm saying? He seen that thing in the tub over there on that balcony, and he should have said, nope, sure can't. He could have kept it G with himself. You know what? Uriah got him a cold piece of work over there, but I'm gonna just mind my business. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this balcony before I get myself and everybody else in trouble. That's what he should have did. But no, that ain't what he did. David was feeling himself. David was that boy. He was him. Sent for, hey, go over there, tell her I need to talk to her in the royal quarters. You know what I'm saying? And so you see, so that's how we fall, man. You know, this, like I said, like you said, this ain't just about women. The men can learn a lot from this. You can't be out here thinking you just got it so under control. All of us, this one thing, I don't use all, but this one thing, this God's design, I'm gonna use all this time. All of us, there is a woman. I don't know who she is or what type it is. It may be a group, or it may be a type, or it may be one. But for all of us, there's a joint that you can run into, and she will have you moving different, compromising stuff you wouldn't compromise. Spending more than you would spend. All type. Got you wrapped around whatever finger, got you wrapped around it, and them the one run, folks. If you can't keep it together, run. That's because that's Delilah. That's Delilah. That's Bathsheba, and a whole list of other ones. Eve. It started from the bottom. Now we here now. Shout out that we got Abu Dhabi in the building. International
kid, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Soft Rain $9.99. She said, passing the collection plate around. Yes, the super chats are open. Yes, Lord. Yeah. But that's my take on that, man. I got that. Yeah.
And I think it's unique because I think the Bible is very strategic, man. I think the Bible probably was the first place where we created drama, because when you think about it, right now online, this is where we have those conversations. Like, we only heard what David did, but it takes 2 to tango.
Mm-hmm.
She still had to make a choice. Once she was called over, she had a choice to make. And I'm also sure that she understood that she was being seen by the things she was doing. And that's something that I would tell men too. Be very aware of those who always make themselves seen. Be very aware of that. You know, it's okay to see a woman that you might find attractive on occasion, but if you start to see her more often, and she just popping up, now she kind of familiar with your schedule, she know where you going. Be very familiar. Be very careful. Women are very strategic. They know where you at. They know, okay, I see Deacon Classic. Okay, he goes to the back of the church at this time. Okay. Oh, he drives this car. That's another thing. Women too. I used to always notice this, and you see it a lot when I was in the military. People would know where you stay. They would know what you drive. Like, people are I used to hear a lot of things within the walls. Like, I looked on the recall roster and I looked up their address. Like, why are you looking up somebody's address? Yeah. It's very unique in class. It's very unique, man.
Okay, man.
And then David had to put blood on his hands from his choices. I think that's something that we really have to look over as men. He had to put blood on his hands to try to clean up his mistake.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. The ultimate betrayal led you to have to put blood on your hands to clean up your mistake.
Yep.
No woman or man is worth you putting blood on your hands now, especially in this type of scenario. So just something to think about. You know, he did repent. He did ask for God and creating him a clean heart. You know, he did repent, you know. So but with that being said, you know, and like that gentleman said, there was a lot of things that happened from that. She lost a child. You know, it was a lot of tragedy that came from one decision. And that's one of the things too, that you know when you make I always tell people, you know when you make a bad decision, you know when you make a good decision. A bad decision continues to have a domino effect of bad things that happen. A good decision has good effects. So I always tell people that when you want to know if you made the right decision, just see the fruits of your labor after that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Something to think about. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anybody said it? Oh, okay. Just the super chat and Ken.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to the last topic of the day. We're gonna actually be talking about one of the first betrayals that a lot of people really know about. One of the ones that people really pay attention to is old Judas, greed and money. Judas was someone who a lot of people like to use him as a demonstration or like to talk about his story. But I want you guys to hear a different point of view. And then me and Deacon Clasher are going to talk about this, and then we're going to close out service for you all today. So here we go.
Did Judas carry out the will of God by killing Jesus?
Yes, because he was prophesied to do so.
And was he aware of this? Did he do it begrudgingly?
I mean, I don't know. That's not something that the Bible necessarily. There is an interesting theory that Judas was fed up with Jesus not being the Messiah he wanted him to be, and by betraying him, he was going to kickstart the revolution.
Oh, impatient.
Yeah, but it's hypothetical, right? You can't say one way or the other.
That's something you would do, to be honest.
Yeah,
let's go. Did Judas carry out the will of God by killing Jesus?
Yes, because he was prophesied to do so.
And was he aware of this? Did he do it begrudgingly?
I mean, I don't know. That's not something that the Bible necessarily. There is an interesting theory that Judas was fed up with Jesus not being the Messiah he wanted him to be, and by betraying him, he was going to kickstart the revolution.
Oh, impatient.
Yeah, but it's hypothetical, right? You can't say one way or the other.
That's something you would do, to be honest.
Yeah.
So as you see there, they were talking about Judas. We know that it was something that had to happen. That second part that I heard when they said that they felt that Judas was fed up because the Messiah wasn't moving in the direction that most people would want him to move. And I have heard this before. I heard this not just from a Judas standpoint, but I think, Clash, you kind of hit on it sometimes. You always talk about that, like I think you kind of prefer Moses.
Yeah.
Like I'm not over Jesus, but you just prefer the way that Moses dealt with things.
I consider myself a very Old Testament type of guy altogether, just in general.
Yeah.
Altogether. Yeah.
So it made me think when I heard it, I was like, you know what? This is not the first time I heard it. It did also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie that came out. I forgot the black guy. I forgot the movie, man. It came out last year. But the dude, it was like the disciples, they all played like, it was like they were, I can't think of the name of it.
The book of I forget, Clarence, the book of Clarence.
Yes. Kind of the same background. Like a lot of people felt like, you know, like this is not how things should go. If you're this person and things are like this, and you know, why can't I be chosen to do this when, you know, some people think they are, Book of Clarence, appreciate it, Big Sco. But I think it was very unique. But with that being said, you know, we all know that we live in a world of money, a world of greed. We know this is something that has really affected everyone, depending on your thought process and how you move through life. It's created a lot of bad relationships. It's actually ended a lot of marriages. People are being worried about financial things, not being able to look at life from a love standpoint or staying into their marriage. But I would love to hear what Deacon Classic has to say about, the ultimate betrayal that we hear about so much, but it goes into money and greed. Because I think you have a very good outlook on this. I hear you speak about money and how people look at things. And I think was it your uncle that gave you? Yeah. So
yeah. It's one of those. Oh no, my grandfather gave me perspective on it. My grandfather gave me perspective on it, but my uncle was the one that he was super rich or whatever. But it's. I see. This is the thing. The first thing this takes me back to is the conversation. First off, the part of the video where they asked him, "Did Judas fulfill the prophecy by betraying Jesus or whatever?" See, that goes back to my conversation with y'all about free will versus predetermined destiny or whatever. And again, I believe Judas was just the one who ended up using his free will for betrayal. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. See, like I think God knows the destination. All of the navigation in between is the free will usage. You know what I'm saying? So I think Judas was just the one, but anybody in a Jesus role, any shepherd of any kind, any prophet, any notable person, anyone of stature, clout, there's things that come with that. Envy and jealousy are those things. So a Judas, whether it was Judas or not, was inevitable. Whether it was Judas or not, Judas just ended up being the one. So that was going to spawn from the existence of the Messiah regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I think that part I could have predetermined that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you going to be who? Okay, yeah, it's going to be some hate come with that. You know what I mean? Period. So, but in regards to the money and the greed aspect of it, gluttony, man, the 7 deadly sins is just one of those things. Like, folks who have a lack perspective, and the first thing they think about is all that they do not have, what they do not possess. There's never enough. I've heard people say this. There's no such thing as enough money. You're not telling. That's not true.
Yeah.
There was a time where there was no currency at all that existed. So
first currency was a stick.
So you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think that our perspectives are skewed, and because of it skews our ways. You know what I mean? There's a reason why financial literacy is suppressed. And then there's a reason why the even though the information is available, people don't tap into it because it requires discipline and to actually execute on the literacy that you gain. And a lot of people, because of the way they view things, it's all about the next acquisition. A new purse, those shoes, going out, need a new outfit, got a closet full of clothes, but need a new outfit. Never understood that. You never understood that. It's just one of those things where the way we see stuff and the way we've been trained and programmed to see stuff, it's made a society full of Judas. If you look at it like this, if everybody has a price, then everybody is Judas.
Yeah.
It's just got to be the right number.
That's fact.
The right amenity, the right thing get offered to you, you are a Judas. If there is something, the other day on the Anton Daniels show, Anton offered Slimmy thousands of dollars on the live stream to do a compromising dance from a person who lives a lifestyle that he don't agree with. And that's also, on the spectrum, right? So for a multitude of reasons, Slimmy did not want to partake in that dance, right? And he was offered thousands of dollars on a live stream. He could have got a cash app for thousands of dollars, and he held his integrity. We need more Slimmies.
Yeah.
We need more Slimmies. That's not a Judas. And you know what Anton said to him? Never change, Slimmy. Never change. You don't know. We don't know if Anton was testing him. We don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. You heard a lot of other opinions on the panel, right? I would have been did the dance. Oh, you take life too serious, just do the dance. I want that money. You know, I'm not gonna say the people who were saying it, y'all can go back and watch it for yourselves. But what I'm saying is a lot of telling things occurred. I was locked in that night. And I said, this is like a social experiment right here happening. So yeah, if everybody's got a price, then everybody's a Judas. And that's scary.
Yeah.
Because then that goes back to my theory that trust ain't real. It's just an emotion.
And it's unique how all this stuff tie in.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, like I tell people all the time too, when you think about it, man, I don't know if I should say that. I don't know, because I don't want it to come off. I don't want people to take it the wrong way. Well, you know what, did God create the Great Divide?
I've been saying that.
Because when you think about it, right, a lot of people want things because they look at what another person has. And we've seen a lot of people in biblical times have all this wealth and all these different things. But then you hear about all the stories of the poor people and they're coming to pay their taxes. They're getting ripped off. And do we feel like that possibly could have created a rift before all of us even existed? You see what I mean? Because everybody has to, because it also tells you can have the desires of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
But then some people probably be like, man, I pray every day. You know what I desire. I still haven't got it. I'm still working a 9 to 5 that I hate, and I'm struggling, and it's like, okay. Then some people will tell you you don't have faith. Then but then you go back to Peter, who did betray Jesus too 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
and he still flourished. So like, I don't know. Like that's just my thought process. That could be, my glasses that I have on today. I don't know, but I always think about these things. I want people to really start to like think about these things when you go through life. Like maybe when you're not happy, or maybe when things aren't going the way you feel like they should go, maybe you should take a step back and really realize like this divide has already been created. Maybe to make it a little bit easier for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was always going to be inevitable. It's at the end of the day, we don't view things from a natural scope anymore. We view things from like a human construct, the society, perspective. I look at things from a natural scope, right? From a nature thing. What up, Jen? Jen said 333. Good Sunday morning, all.
Yeah, you at the tail end. Hopefully you were here.
but I look at things from a very natural lens, and in nature, there is no governing, there is no police, there is no sentencing, right? So you keep what you keep what you kill, or what you conquer. You know what I mean? And so the strong were always going to be the hierarchy was forever and always going to exist amongst mankind. Yeah. And it's evolved into something that's a little bit more manipulative these days. Back in the day, it was executed with more brute force, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna do this or else, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Whereas now it's like they play with everybody's mind to get them to cooperate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, without having to crack a physical whip anymore. Yeah. So that we've crossed over into the social engineering of slavery, but allegedly all for content creation purposes and entertainment. But yeah, so I think hierarchy was going to always exist. That's something that's a part of nature's design, even in the wild. You know what I mean? So that I don't think we could avoid. Gotcha. That I don't think we could avoid. But I will say this: they mind tricked us because. Yes, can you have all your heart's desires? Well, sure, but what are they? And we were programmed to have gluttonous desires. That's when it became a problem. If everybody's heart's desires was to be able to, because we don't look at the job that we hate as a job that we get to do so that we get to provide. We don't look at it like that. Gotcha. We look at it like, oh, woe is me. I wish I was doing something else, or as if we don't have control over trying to implement a plan to do something else, right? So that's a victim mentality. Everything starts with the way we think, you see? And I think that's what the great oppressors, whatever y'all want to call them or name them today, I think that's what the great oppressors, the puppeteers, I think that's what they realized a while ago, is that we can set them free physically because we know how to manipulate the mind. And that's why the enlightened folks are always walking around frustrated. The people with the glasses on, they always, because they like, man, y'all don't see what's going on here. Y'all don't see this, you know, because I ask all the stupid questions. I call them stupid questions. Obviously, it's sarcasm. But like you just said, you know, is it possible that God created the great divide? Listen, I tell people, I'm not scared. I ask all the hard questions. I raised my hand in Bible study. Hey, why they put the tree there? Why God put the tree there? In the Garden of Eden, why was the tree there? Why? How about this? Why make any of the fruit forbidden? Why make it for? Why even if you created humans, you understand human nature, and you understand if you tell somebody not to do something, it's going to heighten their sense of curiosity as to why they cannot do it. Why even set that up like that? It looked like sabotage. It's like entrapment.
Yeah,
it's entrapment. We're gonna put a Benz in the hood and leave the doors unlocked and rig it with cameras and trigger locks for and the police gonna sit on the side and wait for some of these YNs to come try to steal it. And you know it's just a matter of time. It's entrapment. Don't even put it here. Why you even put this car right here? Now some young boy going to jail because he just couldn't fight off his urges. Dang, this Benz just right here running like this. I gotta be dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Now he going to it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? I have those questions. And it's like, did you want us to fail? Or what did you feel like, you know, dropping us off into a utopia? Is that somehow was that never a part of your plan? Right? Like you had to put temptation had to exist. Some level of duality had to exist. Like, what is it for real? You know what I'm saying? And people don't ask these questions because I don't think a lot of folks truly want to find truth in the answers, because the answers can lead you to, you know, understanding that you've been believing a little, you know, wrong. You know,
it's very unique, man. I think it was like a month ago. I forgot who I was speaking to. I think it was me and Soft Rain on No Middleman. And I always said that, like, I felt like that's why Jesus died so young at 33. I don't think perfection can last that long. Even with the power of knowing who you have the privilege of having power from, I think your free will could take over. Because think about all our great leaders, right, who have passed away: Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these people that people consider great leaders. At some point, they strayed away. Even though they were doing the mission, they strayed away from the mission. So no one believes the pale face.
Yeah, follower of Jesus Christ said no one believes the pale face is Jesus, not even the pale face people. Okay, well, this person clearly isn't Caucasian. They're not. This must not be a Caucasian. Okay. Welcome to the chat. Miles Baptist said the number 33 is significant in numerology. Oh, yeah, we know.
We get that. Yeah. That's another way to make you want to see it. They tell you not to believe in all that too, Miles. They tell you not to believe in that, though.
Okay. Yeah, y'all will be shocked, man. Listen, you start trying to learn the truth for real, and you get real deep into it, you will start learning about how to calculate when you're gonna lose people in your life, all type of stuff. Numerology is real wicked. Like, I follow a couple people that's super deep into it, and they be so accurate. You know what I mean? It's like, just it's to the point now where it's like, don't ask them questions you don't want answers to, because they can tell you, and they're gonna be in the ballpark. If you want to go ask them, hey, when will I lose my mother? They got an equation that they can put together for you. When was she born? When was this? When was that? Woo out the blase. It's gonna be right around this date and month, buddy. And they be hidden. Yeah. Because they say it's all it's numbers. You know what I mean? So that's why astrology be hidden. Like, you know, if you look up your zodiac sign and you read it objectively, it probably has a lot of predisposed tendencies that you have that align with your sign. Are you going to be that to the leather? Maybe not, but because I did it. When I start reading about Aries and stuff, I'm like, shit, I ain't going to hold you. This me, folks. This me, G. I ain't going to lie. Got me.
There was an angel in charge of that, y'all. It's other books, but anyway, you know, there's other books.
Yeah. Mal said 1/3 of the trilogy, 1/3 of a circle. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
I let everybody, you know, I just tell people read, you know. That's why I bring up, I really bring up the book of Habakkuk a lot for a lot of people because a lot of people aren't familiar with that book because I want people to understand that manifestation does exist. Like, don't tell, like it's written already for you. Just because man went and put a definition on it, don't lose that those definitions came from something that was already written. Everything that all these words that we hear is written. Like it's written. It was written, and then another man said, you know what, I'm gonna get rich off of y'all and make words and call them and give you definitions for it because you're not gonna read the big book. So let me just give you everything else you need over here, you know, and we can spin some things around, you know, and then we come back around with ebonics and all types of stuff, you know. So why can't we understand everybody's language? Why can't we all speak all languages?
Right. Hey, look, confusion, you know how, hey, listen, the best way to manipulate division, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, it's cool. I guess we're gonna have to touch on social engineering again.
Yeah, we'll have to do something from a biblical standpoint, you know.
Yeah, spin the block, let people know they really like it's a lot of cyborgs out here. Y'all half programming, half thinking, very little thinking for yourselves going on outside these days. And you don't even know it. But yeah, we can call it one, man. Time to watch some football now, brother.
Yeah, man. We almost gave y'all a good little hour, man. I appreciate you, Deacon Class, for taking the time out today. I know today starts your week, you know, so appreciate you taking your time out, man. Y'all make sure y'all catch everyone on the team, man. We got Classic at Classic Codes. Tez Down said he's gonna be back tomorrow on the 13th. Since numbers matter, he might be back. So he put Tez Down as TEZDOWN, Tez Down. Also, you can Conversation with Soft Rain just dropped another Morning with God video this morning on her page. So that's Rain, as Classic say, like Reign Supreme. That's REIGN. Make sure you catch her at Conversation with Soft Rain. And also Uncle Plug TV is supposed to be dropping on Mondays now. So you can catch Uncle Plug, and that's with 2 G's on Plug there. And then you can catch my channel as well, Souls of Thought. That's where we have no middleman. And then we have some other things that we drop. Classic also, we do the Minuteman's, the Man's Minute. And then he also has the Queen's Panel. So hopefully that should be coming again. So yeah, Queen's Panel.
Thursday. Yeah, it's coming up.
So the Queen's Panel will be coming up soon. He got some good women on there, man. It was real good last time. But we appreciate everybody who took the time out to tune in today. Everybody who came in the chat, Miles, Rain, follower of Jesus Christ. Who else we had in here? Skull, International Ken. I know it's probably the whole different time where you at. Ben Smith, man. We just shout out everybody who came in on this side. Jen as well. We just appreciate all you guys. And we appreciate you, Soft Rain. Thank you for the compliment for the show, man. But we're gonna keep trying to bring this thing to you guys every Sunday. And you got anything for him, Deacon Classic?
Nah, just keep up with us all week. We'll be premiering, we'll be premiering episodes, going live all week long. We gonna speak it into existence. Ted's gonna start back up tomorrow, so we'll have y'all covered with live streams, get you all the way through your day, like usual. So yeah, just tap in with us.
Yeah. All right, man. And that's out. We out, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed Sunday.
Hallelujah.
I need thee. Oh, I need thee.
I hope Brother Souls and Deacon Classic provided something today to make you hit the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe. We will be back next Sunday for Sunday service.
Oh,